After you've completed the open and closed, or the Latvian cast on, you'll notice you have a double string over here, just as we have our single tails on this side. And we also have, this time, an end to weave on this end, because this is our tail. So that's one of the things you can weave in. I like to leave the tail end, as I say, hanging, trimmed to hanging, so that you can keep track of which is the right side and what it looks on the right side. Now that we've joined this second one, you can see something else. People are asking very frequently, oh, which ribbing pulls in the most, which is the most elastic? All of these ribbings were done with size 8 needles, as was the stockinette. Stockinette is normally done for me on a size 8 needle to get a nice fabric. I'd normally go a size smaller for ribbing, and my ribbing looks a little wonky. Double ribbing looks less wonky than 1 by 1. So the 2 by 2, you can see automatically is a bit tighter. And that's it. You can do any ribbing you want. You can do the same ribbing on all of them. So now we're going to come to our next selvage edge. Our next selvage edge is one you know. I'm cheating by teaching this. So let's start with our next selvage edge. It's purl 2 together and a yarn over. You're going to say, I know that selvage edge. And for purposes of this, I'm going to actually do my purls in a more conventional manner than my usual combo method, but it does make a difference at the other end, and there's not that many. I can do it. I just prefer the other way. I find I'm faster and have better tension. And in the end, that's really what matters. What matters is not how you knit, but how satisfied you are with your knitting. So, there we go. One row completed. And on this end, you would do the conventional knit 2 together, as opposed to purl 2 together, and yarn over. And you get the same edge that you've seen on any number of face cloths or sometimes on baby blankets. But there's no reason why you couldn't put it on the edge of a garter stitch along a front of edge, a sweater such as, say, the Lady Eleanor. The garter looks nice. You could trim the front of the Lady Eleanor with this. You might want to put an extra 2 stitches into your knitting for your selvage. This yarn over makes a very definite opening. This yarn over that we did on the previous row leaves a more subtle single yarn opening. This is a much heavier edge with our opening. This is a more subtle edge, and there you can see how this is one of the edges that looks better after it's been blocked. But there's 3 different selvages: a plain selvage, a yarn over knit 2 together, a knit 2 together, yarn over.